I've done a ton of Pokemon playthroughs in my day, but outside of a couple of badge quests, most of them have just been normal, casual playthroughs. So when I decided to take on this Professor Oak challenge, I had no idea what I was getting into. With just a basic understanding of the rules and a decent amount of Scarlet and Violet knowledge, I set out on this journey. And it ended up being one of my favorite Pokemon playthroughs I've ever done. I hope you enjoy my attempt at telling the story of my first Oak challenge as much as I enjoyed playing it. Now, I've done quite a bit of shiny hunting in Scarlet and Violet, and if I had to guess, I'd say about 95% of it has been full odds, which, makes sense. But I didn't always hunt full odds. I didn't really start shiny hunting at all until 2016 when Sun and Moon came out and made the shiny charm way easier to get. Instead of needing to complete the entire national dex, you only needed to complete the Alola dex. So to someone like me, who had always thought that you needed the shiny charm to shiny hunt, but was way too lazy to get it, this was like a dream come true. So I got my charm, and did some of my first ever shiny hunting with some SOS and Masuda. Then going forward, in Ultra Moon, Let's Go Pikachu, and Sword, getting the shiny charm was my first objective after beating the game. I did switch to full odds hunting before Legends Arceus came out, but ended up just getting the charm anyways because of how the odds work in that game. It's better just to have a dedicated full odds file. So Scarlet and Violet was the first time I truly skipped the shiny charm, which honestly isn't even that big of a deal considering how fast hunting in these games can be. But after seeing all the crazy clips over the years of people finding 2 or 3 shinies at once, or like 10 shinies in one sandwich, it kind of made me want to see what it was like to experience Scarlet and Violet at their full 1 in 683 power. Also, I just really like completing the Pokedex and kind of miss doing it. And now I know what you're thinking. I could have swore I clicked on a Professor Oak challenge video. What is this guy talking about shiny hunting for? When I first made this file in February of 2025, I had every intention of just doing a normal playthrough and completing the dex. I was going to try making a few videos on it where I was going to show some of the more interesting ideas and challenges I had. I even had a banger name picked out for the series. It was going to be the Shiny Charm Files. Being as super motivated as I was, I made it all the way through the Inlet Grotto before not playing for 4 months. I'm being carried like luggage. I honestly don't remember why I dropped this playthrough for so long, but I do remember why I picked it back up. The Switch 2 performance update for Scarlet and Violet. This is about to be insane. What? Look at that! My God. Oh my God. I'm in the water. Look at all the Pokemon. It's all the big guys too. Get out of here, Palooza. What? There's a shiny! While I was setting the GR button. Shiny Porygon 2. We gotta name you GR equals A. This is just so cool. I know this is super obsessed Pokemon fan who doesn't play any other games. Finally plays a game at 4K 60. Not even at 4K, just at 60. I play PC games at high frame rates, but seeing my Pokemon game at this high performance at a modern standard. Wanting to test out the update, I decided it was a great time to pick this file back up. It never gets old. Look how fast he flaps. Chef Goose. Car wash. I was cooking here. Yeah, this dweeb. Arvin, you got one squabit. What are you doing? Ooh, happy. A lot of XP right there. Maybe I should catch this. This looks insane. Feels so good to be back. You are flour. Like carrying around the sack of flour. An awesome picture for it. What? What? Already? I guess it just levels up when you know when it holds the oval stone. It's an instant chansey. Ingle. What? Non-tangible Wingle? What was that? That Wingle was like glitched. What is this? I can't get into a battle with it. Huh? What is going on? Wingle. Please. What are you even doing here? What? This really is an uncatchable Wingle. Come down. Sir? What? What's the other one that was over here? Why can't you battle the Wingle? Magikarp, get back in the water. With praise and encouragement, it will get better little by little. Whittle. So curious about the Wingle. See you. Unbattleable Wingle. Confusion. They help each other. Got it. This bread tiny. Yeast. An Aerocuda? My favorite Mario Sunshine level. Bonko Hills. What? Already a Blissey? Pre-Mesa Goza Blissey. What? I did not hit B. I'm not allowed to have Blissey yet. Make sure I didn't hit it with the paddle. Blissey. Might want to reset though. I just wanted to. I guess I hit the paddle. Alright, flower. I'm not hitting the paddle this time. With that, we got a level like 12 Blissey. Oh my god, are we gonna get to see them in not 2 FPS? We are! You got me paying $9.50 for a pickle sandwich. You got me. This is the worst cafeteria known to man. Are we in America? And even though it was just supposed to be a normal playthrough, I still wanted to shiny hunt a Tadbulb to use on my team. For some reason, I was dead set on hunting it before the first badge. But even after checking all the picnic NPCs around the region, I couldn't find the ingredients for the sandwich I wanted to use. You can just go to the vending machines at Blueberry Academy and buy all kinds of ingredients that you can't get in Paldea without getting gym badges, but it always just feels wrong to me to go to Blueberry Academy without having finished the teal mask. I don't know, I just really like keeping things in story order. So I eventually just decided to abandon the hunt. I was feeling pretty defeated at this point and getting ready just to move on with the playthrough when I got a spark of inspiration. I was watching Absol do his Professor Oak challenge and thought to myself, hey, that looks pretty fun. So I decided to turn this playthrough into a Professor Oak challenge. If somehow you clicked on this video and don't know what a Professor Oak challenge is, I'll go ahead and give you a rundown here. I wasn't too familiar with the rules myself when I first started, so I used this amazing guide from Ulax to learn the ropes. That said, there are only two main rules. First, you have to register every Pokemon to the dex that you can until you can't progress any further without getting a badge. And second, you can't connect to any other games or the internet. So no trading, Union Circle, or raid events. Everything has to be caught in this one file. There is an optional rule about naming yourself Oak, but I already had a really cool ID on this file and didn't want to restart it. Luckily, I hadn't broken either of the main rules before turning this into an Oak challenge, and since I was already catching stuff to try and complete the dex, I wasn't that far behind either. Now if you're thinking, Scarlet and Violet are open world, can't you go almost everywhere and catch almost everything in the base game and 2 DLCs before getting a badge? Then you would be correct. These are all the Pokemon you have to catch pre-badge 1. So you can't get a single badge from any of the 3 main paths until you've registered all 528 of them in the dex. Not being able to get Team Star badges isn't a big deal at all, since they only give you LP and materials. No gym badges is pretty annoying, since you'll be stuck with an obedience level of 20 for quite a while. But the main challenge here is no Titan badges, which means you'll have to navigate all of Paldea, Kitakami, and the Terrarium with the base movement kit. So no swimming, which is a big one, high jumping, sprinting, climbing, or gliding. The level 20 obedience cap also has another side effect. Now I'm probably the least qualified person to explain catching formulas, so I'm just gonna simplify it as much as possible. If a Pokemon is more than 5 levels above your current obedience level, it'll be harder to catch based on the number of badges you would need for it to obey you. So something that's level 25 would be harder to catch than normal, since you'll need 1 badge for it to obey you. But something that's level 50 would be even harder to catch, since you would need 6 badges for it to obey you. And this is all on top of the fact that higher level Pokemon are naturally harder to catch. Needless to say, I've got my work cut out for me here. But it's time to make Professor Oak proud. Or Jacques, I guess, since he made this Pokedex. As Nimona says, Paldea is your cloister. And while it will be a bit before we catch a cloister, she is right. You can head in pretty much any direction and start making progress. Instead of just going crazy catching stuff and grinding right off the bat, I had my sights set on one specific Pokemon. Out of all the Pokemon you need to get before Badge 1, Goldengo is a Pokemon you would usually save for somewhere near the end. It makes sense to do it this way, since you'll probably find quite a few chest form Gimmeghouls as you explore, and you do need 999 coins. But after getting Goldengo in the mid-game in a previous playthrough, I wanted to see what it was like to get it as early as possible. So, the first thing I did after setting out on my treasure hunt was, well, hunt treasure. I already knew where quite a few of the chest form spawns were already, since a lot of them are just on watchtowers and in ruins. But I did have the Cerebi map open just to make sure I didn't miss any. The first time you knock out or catch a specific chest form Gimmighoul, it'll give you a set amount of coins. Which is nice because with how many chest forms there are around Paldea, it means you can get enough coins to evolve a Gimmighoul without having to wait for any to respawn. But remember, we don't have any extra movement options, so we're gonna have to work a little harder for some of these chests, and I'm pretty sure some of them are impossible, barring any crazy glitches. While it wasn't the most efficient way of doing things, I decided not to catch anything while I was running around looking for these chests. I just wanted to focus on Goldengo, and stopping every 3 seconds to catch a new Pokemon would have made this process take way longer. So with basically no preparation, I just started working my way around the map treasure hunting. Okay, next target, right about there. I'm so glad I decided to do this. Honestly, I was a little distraught earlier, like just no motivation. I was so like beaten up. I spent all this time before the Switch 2 preparing to hunt Tadbulb, and then sorry, I just completely blanked out. I was like, well, maybe I just do the same, like no Humongo sandwich. I can still get the level 3 encounter power and stuff, and then I tried doing the hunt, and it was terrible. Not a fun hunt to do, even on the Switch too. Like the best spot I found, it had him spawning underwater. Even though I'm a huge Iono fan, I don't think it's worth it to hunt a Tadbulb. I will do it eventually, but just not right now. Ooh, 60 coins from that one. There's the next tower. Then I started playing again on the Switch 2, and it's like, oh man, this is awesome. I want a shiny hunt again. And it's like, well, I still want to do this. I still want to like do a whole playthrough and get the shiny charm and stuff. And I think this is going to be the best of both worlds. We're back on top now. I'm very excited. I'm really looking forward to this playthrough. Shrimp is evolving. Meryl is a boy. Okay. Easy. Easy, easy, easy. Alright, so the next tower is that one. You can actually see a lot of these. Actually, there's one over here, too. Go investigate. It's around this area. I think it's... Oh, it's up here. I don't think you can get this one. We'll check it out anyway. Ah! Big jump, big jump. Yeah, I think I've tried this before. I don't think you can get this one. So it's up there. I don't think there's a way base Miraidon to make it up there. Okay, yeah. Not looking too possible. Unfortunately. There ain't no bridge. Brother. Gotta go through Lavencia. Arvin keeps calling me. He's called me 3 times. I haven't done a single thing he's asked. He's yep. Yeah, okay, talk to you later. Yeah, I'll keep an eye out, whatever you say. Big worm or something? I don't know. Ooh, level 25. We're gonna be here for a while. I'm gonna leer a few times. Isn't that just a terrifying leer? Easy peasy. For Ashley. Spa day massage thing you can do is toxic spikes. Oh, look at this. Ashley's gonna evolve. You got a hat. Shout out to Roy, honestly. Ooh, another 50. As far as this side of the map is concerned, that's about all you can do. I'm sure there might be some crazy ways to get like up here and get this one, but for now, we're gonna head back and we're gonna go to this tower. I feel like this Staravia serves as like the okay, you're getting a little out of your depth here. Level 25 Staravia. Incinerate is such a cool name and move. Has no business being only a 60 BP move. I can't remember if you can get this one or not. Where is it? This one. Oh, this one's pretty easy, it turns out. Okay. Next to the desert. There's a sandstorm. And it's not 10 FPS. Ooh, a little cheeky backwards long jump will get you up there. Unfortunately, does not look like you're getting that one. Okay. Got a work cut out for us here. Is that a Bombardier over there? What? Why is that thing loaded in? I'm across the map. What? What is that? Level 50 Gimme Ghoul bites the dust. I actually didn't even get a level up from that. Alright, the next one. In these ruins. But I'd like to heal. So we're at +2. It immediately gets a crit. Okay. -3. Please don't knock me out. No! Again, I got another crit! What? Nice try, dweeb. At first, these battles posed no issue because of how low Gimme Ghoul's stats are, but as you make your way north, they do get up to level 50. So with my team of under level 20 Pokemon, it did take a tiny bit of strategy to win these battles. I used my Blissey, which was shockingly easy to obtain even before the first Nemona battle, to lower Gimme Ghoul's attack and defense so Ashley would have an easier time winning. Oh yeah, I chose Fuecoco at the start of the game for a few different reasons. One is that it learns Yawn through level up, which will be really handy for catching stuff later, and in all the playthroughs of Scarlet and Violet that I've done, I hadn't used this line since my first playthrough of Violet back on launch. I named my first Fuecoco Charles because, you know, he chars his orange at the start of the game, so I decided to name this one Ashley for obvious reasons, and I think she'll be a worthy successor. Now, unless there's some way to go around that I don't know about, this one does require a backwards long jump or two. I gotta remember where you do it. I think it's right here. Yeah. And then there is, it's weird, but you can do it like right here, I think? No. Gotta like face this way. That's what it is though, that's what it is. You gotta get rid of the Golduck. He's in the way. He's guarding it. He doesn't want, he knows I'm cheating. What? Me up there. There's one coming from the other way now. What? Right where I need to go? Keep going. Keep falling. Brother, look at this. He's cheating. Okay, now he's stuck. Yeah, fall down. There we go. It's a little weird, but you can do the backwards long jump right there to make it up to this level. Arvin's gonna call me again. He's getting ghosted again. Like, Arvin, take the hint, buddy. Not right now. So we're already at 656. So I probably need to come at this one from above. I just realized how appropriate Ashley's title is for this. Oh, we lived the crit? No, you flinched. You did so good though, living that. Another one down. Go back to here. Our next one, like right here somewhere? Up there. Elevation change. It's like we're going around. Fell in the water. There it is. Oh my god, I wish I was on the other side. Ah! God. That was just complete YOLO. Very precariously placed Gimme Ghoul. Oh, only level 35. Thank the Lord. I have an audience. They're not watching the battle either, they're just staring at Miraidon. Okay. I need to make my way around here. This is the next one. Oh, we got this. What a... Oh my god, what a clutch scale that was. Honestly, I'm gonna go straight for 6 tail whips. Save it. Save a turn. We head down to this Pokemon Center. Ooh, we got 70 from that one. Now, thankfully, out of these 3 towers, the one with the Gimme Ghoul on it is the one we can get to easily. There we go. 50. What does that put us at? 937. I'm pretty sure that's all of them you can get. Oh, wait. I think I missed one. There's one here. Where you at? There he is. So I think that is officially every Gimme Ghoul. I don't think there's another one you can get. There might be with some glitches. Outside of the backwards long jump, I think that's it. Oh, I'm at 990. Okay. I think I just gotta wander around and find some Gimme Ghoul. Bridges are your friend? Even with the Cerebi map open, I did manage to miss a few Gimme Ghoul chests that I could have gotten. So I was originally under the impression that I needed to pick up coins from the roaming form Gimme Ghouls around the map to have enough. I'll show the chests I missed later, but I did end up just scrounging for the last few coins. Ooh, there's another one. 5. Wait, is that it? Is that it? 999 Gimme Ghoul coins. Let's get Stacker. Rare candy. Look at that! Golden Go before the first badge. Golden Go before doing anything else. That only took like 2 hours. Look at that! We got a Golden Go. At level 6. I'm over here. He's lost. What are you doing? That's just about as early as you can get Golden Go. And I know I said this was the earliest point in the game you can get Golden Go, but that's actually not true. If you come to this ledge outside of Los Platos and get into a battle with a Pokemon across the gap, the game will teleport you to the other side. This lets you skip Mesa Goza for now and start exploring, which means you can go get a Gimme Ghoul without having started the treasure hunt. Doing it this way does mean that you won't have Miraidon, so you'll be doing a whole lot of walking. Also without your ride, the amount of chest forms you can get will be even more limited, so you'd probably have to do some waiting for respawns. I might end up doing this at some point in the future, but for now, I'm content with my level 6 friend here. You know, honestly, I had some beef with you. for not giving me the ingredients I needed. But if you had done that, I would be shiny hunting right now, which I've done a lot of. But instead, we're doing the Professor Oak Challenge, which is something I have not done yet. With Golden Go in tow, it was time to start the bulk of the challenge, which is a lot, like a lot of catching stuff. Kind of a name is Soap. I took a pretty basic approach and started heading out west from Mesa Goza. I start pretty much every playthrough this way because, well, Nimona tells me to. Even though in this playthrough, she's gonna have to wait quite a while for me to get a badge. Now, I've already used the greatest Knackly nickname. In my very first playthrough, I had one of these on my team for quite a while, and I named her Pepper, which is just the greatest Knackly nickname. My boy, Garlic Powder, can be a great stand-in. Don't have you, though. Debbie, smiley face. We try our first hard Pokemon. Staravia. Level 25, first Pokemon above the cap. That was nice and easy. First Pokemon above the level cap. Stitches is evolving. I've never evolved the Tarantula into a Spidops before. I've always just caught Spidops. And Shrimp. Not so shrimpy anymore. 2 OG members just evolved. Gotta name a ghost type after Vivian from Paper Mario. Vivian! Sell the Nugget. Sell the Stardust. Our piece. The Feather. Bones. Here, take these human remains. Got something about to hit you with a super effective dig? Number 1 strategy? Run away. Gets them every time. I really struggled with how to put this chapter together. I started off wanting to show at least some part of every capture, but realized very quickly how boring that would get, as you probably also noticed in the last few minutes. But this chapter literally do be me just catching a few hundred Pokemon. So I'm just going to show some of the more interesting and funny moments, which does mean that I'm going to skip over quite a lot of gameplay, but 99% of it is me catching a Pokemon, then giving it a stream of conscious nickname. So you can get the gist of it from the last few captures I showed. Geeky. Spa Day. Larger Spa Day. Ooh, look at that. We can see under the map. Oh no. Oh no. We just got KO'd by a deer. Oh, I've had that happen before with my sunflowers. They can be a nuisance. Murkrow. Murkrow? Mischievous. Sneasel. Is this Paldea evolved? There's a village. Where is this village? I would love to go there. Big Cricketune fan. In a lot of other Oak challenges, when you want to evolve a Pokemon, you use it in battles, and as soon as it evolves, you put it back in the box and move on to something else. But because we have to explore pretty much the entire game before Badge 1, we're going to be going to quite a few high-level areas later on, so I decided to have a Pokemon or two that'll stay in my party at all times. So they'll eventually be a high enough level to stand up to some of those later Pokemon, and it'll make grinding easier too. The first of those core team members was of course Ashley, but the second was someone I was about to meet. There's our target for all this time. Now, I'm pretty sure Pickup is Pachirisu's only ability? Oh no, it can have Runaway. So if this has Pickup, this might be a team member for quite a while. So we gotta cook here with this nickname. I made some coconut custard to go on top of a cheesecake recently. Oh, she has Runaway. I think I'm gonna reuse the coconut nickname. Runaway again. Bonko. Thank you for your service, Bonko Hills. The best Mario level. Where'd that Pachirisu go? Here. Bop. Critical? Oh, because I've already caught this one. There's pickup. Coconut will be joining our team. I know that old Coconut here isn't the most optimal catching Pokemon, but Pachirisu is one of those Pokemon that I always forget is in this game, so I just really wanted to use one. Super Fang does have some upsides to False Swipe too, like working well even when we're lower leveled, and being good against high defense Pokemon. Pachirisu being weak also means that I can use Nuzzle pretty much every time, since very few things are getting knocked out by a base 20 attack from a Pachirisu. You know, when you really think about it, Love Disc has kind of been obsoleted now that anybody can just remember a move whenever they want. Oh my god, I thought that thing had a green tail. It definitely had a green tail for a second. Alright, it's the end of the first real day of this being a Professor Oak challenge. And although these Pokemon are from February, a few of them, we're going to go through and do some mark checks. I haven't done any mark checks. No marks in the first box. Second box. Oh, first one, Mall Lady. The sociable. How fitting. Into Stew. The reluctant. He's not reluctant to get into Stew, though. So 2 marks at the end of the day. Let's see, we got 7 hours of playtime. And 110 battled, 89 in the decks. Been just a lot of catching. This is the easiest part, is just running around throwing Pokeballs at everything. I think next time, as soon as we get another evolution, we're gonna bring Coconut into our lineup here and get her leveled up. She's gonna be our main catching Pokemon. But that was a very fun first day. I'm very excited to continue this tomorrow. I started off day 2 with some quick stone evolutions and walking around Mesagoza to evolve Pawmot. Mesagoza is definitely one of my favorite cities in all of Pokemon. Even though this game isn't even 3 years old yet, this music makes me so nostalgic. Anytime I hear it, I'm instantly transported to 3 AM on launch night, walking around exploring, having the time of my life. And while a lot of the stores are duplicates and there's not a ton going on, the vibes are immaculate. After a leisurely stroll down memory lane, I decided to head out east and catch some more early game Pokemon. Commander Zavala. Ooh, nice and easy. If only that was that easy in Legends Arceus. It took me like 30-40 minutes to catch a Stantler in that game the first time I played it. We're not in the same class. I haven't taken any of them. This is a fun area to explore as well. So many different little elevation changes. Oh my god, I left my energy drink in the freezer. Alright, my energy drink did not explode in the freezer. Such a good noise. I don't think I've ever bought anything from a vending machine in this game. It feels like a real vending machine noise they just put in this game. Now, I didn't know you could jump in this water and swim around, even without the surfing capability. Ooh, white plumage squawkabilly. That's the rarest one. And I had an art teacher who had this exact same hairdo. Every time I see Squawkabilly, I think of her. Shout out to my 2010 Venonat in my Pokewalker currently that I'm walking to level 100. His name is Walker. That one's taking a while because we're walking. This one's going to be a little quicker because we're sprinting. Oh, the sun's rising. This is majestic. Look at that sunrise from behind Riolu. The lens flare coming in. Still in low quality. That was so scenic. Is this... Goggles! First friendship evolution. We got Lucario. Half a mile. It's weird to see them use American. Another Teddy Ursa. Look at Spidops run. What? I didn't know it could do that. I like how this Tauros' boys are just standing behind it menacingly. Yeah, you got him, boss. Hey, Polly. Gyarados. My pronunciation for so many Pokemon changed after typing them out so many times. I say Gyarados a lot now. Oh, it turned. This Gyarados was definitely the hardest capture up to this point. I know it would have been way easier just to level up a Magikarp, but it was there, so I decided to catch it. You know, the less grinding, the better. Since this was my first Oak challenge, I didn't really want to do any crazy self-imposed challenges, but I did follow a few extra, kind of smaller rules. First is that I decided not to move on from a region until I caught everything there. So I can't leave Paldea at all until I catch everything I can there. Then after that I can go to Kitakami, then catch everything there, and finally go to Blueberry Academy. Basically just going in story order. This does mean that I couldn't use the Blueberry Academy vending machines until I had finished all of Paldea and Kitakami. These vending machines let you buy all kinds of Pokeballs that you normally need badges for in Paldea. So without them, you're limited to only Pokeballs before the first badge. This could be viewed as kind of a bigger rule, but I'm like a Murkrow and I pick up almost every item I see on the ground, so I still ended up collecting a decent amount of the better Pokeballs, but I do need to save them for the bigger targets. Another rule I decided to follow was not using Encounter Power. There are very few times when I'm running around Scarlet and Violet without a level 3 Encounter Power, and I just kind of wanted to see the natural variety of these areas. This makes certain Pokemon actually feel kinda rare again, so it was pretty fun, and I definitely recommend it more than my other rule. I know I said I used Mewlax's guide at the start of the video, which is true, and it was very helpful, but I basically only used it to learn the rules and see what numbers I needed to hit in the dex before each badge. As far as knowing where Pokemon spawn, most of it was just off the dome with the occasional Cerebi search. I had a lot of fun just making a clean sweep of the map and catching whatever I saw. I'm gonna try the Great Balls again. There we go, Jesus. Cortez. Team took a beating. Oh, Soap! It's evolving. Look at Ampharos. So shiny, so glossy. Smooth. Squeaky clean, one might say. Like, Soap. One of my top 6 favorite Pokemon. You can learn Thunder Punch. Alright, unfortunately we gotta leave without talking to Iono. She's gonna be the last badge I get, because I want to see her level 100 dialogue. Alright, I think it's now Coconut's time to shine. Broke. I got $36 to my name. At this point in the challenge, I was still doing trainer battles pretty often, since they're a good source of money and XP, but as the challenge went on and I got enough money and items to sell for money, I basically just left all the grinding XP to catches and wild Pokemon. We got a Pokédoll! First held item from Coconut. Ain't got no sniffer. Bro got no sniffer. That ain't no silly cobra. That's one serious snack. Like we're gonna need a nuzzle here. Please don't KO me. Coconut's first battle. We get whirlwinded. No! And that makes it disappear! Fancy a trade? Great lover of Sinisty. A dark past. 10 Sinisty chips. We need that. So let's go find more Sinisty. Where'd the... Yeah, that's the ground. I love how Darkspawn cannot stay above the ground here. Clippy. What the gabite? Uh-oh. I should probably have not coconut out for this. I'll be back for you. I got an idea. Clippy. Be our tank. Snow run. In your freezer. Ooh. This is a treacherous cave now. Dodging level 35 Pokemon. There's a level 19 Salandit. Don't mind me. Did you see that young goose face poking through the wall for 2 frames? I see another one up there. That enough. I'm too lazy to look, so I will continue going back and forth until she says yes. Oh my god, am I getting 1 per battle? I got like 4 earlier. Steeped in a potent malice. The world's worst tea. I know I've caught a Charcadet, right? I haven't. Okay, well, I got the item. Me and the boys stopping home on the way home to work for a quick battle. This guy's got to figure it out too. I like that a lot. Moral support Carcol. It's a great town. I like this town. I'm back. Nice. Easy revenge. Just like from Explorers of Time and Darkness. Where Gabite is on the cover, I'm pretty sure. We have our cover girl. Also, look at that. Smooth skin. The Gabite skincare routine probably goes crazy. While I was clearing out the rest of East Province Area 3, I had a realization and decided to head to Alfornada immediately. I had actually completely forgotten about this Gimmighoul on the Leaking Tower of Paldea. I was still planning on making this a bunch of separate videos back then, so I wanted to go get this clip so I could make the Gimmighoul video. Ashley. This is my first time fully evolving my starter before getting a badge. Look at her. We have Ashley the Skeledirge. Soothes the souls of all that hear it. But it burns enemies to a crisp, with flames of over 5,400 degrees Fahrenheit. Both times Ashley evolved was at the top of a watchtower. The treasure hunter title is very fitting. That Mudbray back there, mountain goat in it. With 50 bonus Gimme Ghoul coins, I headed back east and into the Tag Tree Thicket. It felt so weird being able to run around here without playing on a PowerPoint, and I also made some new friends here. Floatzel. One of the last Pokemon I expected to catch in Tag Tree Thicket, but here we are. Just a ghost? How are we thinking that there's just a ghost in the Pokemon world? Hello? Like, what is that? That's one of the worst Pokedex entries ever. I forgot about this. I literally just did this on Violet like maybe 2 weeks ago. I had never known about it before. Thanks for the new hat, dude. I'll wear it for a while. We got some chill Team Star dropouts here. This is Pacifist Team Star. And you get a cool hat? I'm down for it. I'm a member. I'm gonna join. I'm just gonna stand here all day. I'll stand out here. We're doing great, guys. Alright, I've had enough. You guys are still chill though. I'll be back to hang out with you sometime. Thanks for the free hat though. So, the end of the second day of this challenge. We're at 161 caught, 187 battled. The battled number doesn't really mean anything. But 161 caught, not bad at all. Coconut's starting to make her debut in the spotlight. Cookies has a mark. Cookies the sleepy. So 161 caught in 11 hours and 55 minutes. No shinies yet. Hoping I'll find at least one random shiny. I guess after I start doing the more grinding, that'll probably happen. But hey, I got a cool hat. Day 3 ended up being the single most productive day out of this entire challenge. It started off in the Asado Desert, which is one of the few named locations in Paldea that's not a town. I really wonder why they didn't just give each area a real name, as memorable as South Province Area 3 and North Province Area 2 are. It would have been nice to get some cooler names. We need Hippowdon. Not in the Elite Four though. Oh, it's level 40. This might be kind of a challenge. Let's do everything we can to get this thing low. Oh, it did nothing. Gonna risk it with one more, hope it stays asleep, and then throw an Ultra Ball. Come on. Oh my god, first ball! Poedon. There was a weird Pokemon! You're a weird guy, Renardo. Level 55, oh my god. This might not end well. Oh, it's not looking good. I don't know about that one. Yeah, it's flexing on me. Oh god. Let me go. Oh my god. I might need a few more levels under my belt before we come back for that one. Oh. I love that you can still see Bombardier up there. Then we made it to Cascarafa, which is another one of my favorite cities. They really nailed the Oasis vibe here. This is close to what I imagine Phoenix City would have been like if Coliseum came out on the Switch instead of the GameCube. And once again, the music is phenomenal. Is this a Pokeball? That's funny. This is like in Guitar Hero when they put the guitar on the end of the camera on the end of the guitar. This is that. Oh, you can finally get a Wingle after being denied at the start of the game. Moving on from the desert, I found another blunder I made. Can you just walk up here? So you can just walk up there. Ooh, I wonder if you can make that. Oh, it's so close. Maybe if you fall down a little more. Oh, if you can get a jump from that. It's gonna be tough, though. Oh, I don't know if you can get a jump. Ooh, but what if you boosted off of a Pokemon? Hold on. Let me try from here. Oh, it's so close. Oh, you can so make that. Oh. Oh, you're literally touching the ground. What? Oh, I got the jump. Yes, there it is. I was spamming jump to make that. Alright, now this was a completely pointless jump because you could just come over here, but that was fun. I'm gonna come back to this area. I haven't done a lot here. So I think this is another area we need to go check off. Juice. I did not mean to put the 3, but Juice Bar was probably already taken by another Zangoose. Since Zangoose is the Juice Bar, Seviper is the Cinnabon from the mall. They're just mall food court enemies. The map off. I think we're gonna go to Medali next. No, I was supposed to be Produce Paul. Produce Pow. Semicolon. I remember a TV commercial back in the day. Is that Super Fang? It is. Let's go. And the commercial was like, it went something, 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 and Persian cats. And this girl in my class loved to sing that song. I'm trying to think of how to work that into a nickname. You are commercial. Counter works on Super Fang? Who is it, Coral? Hey, wait a second. Wait a second. I know who you are. Where's your Glalie? Alright, we're gonna head back up. Or back down here. To Alfrenada. Shout out to the Culver's worker. He told me he liked my Bayonet shirt. My favorite Mario Sunshine level. Jello Beach. Oh, I just love that you can see Bombardier loaded in over there. Dratini. Whoa. Where am I? I'm up there. My poor coconut. What are you doing? The Pokeball's facing the wrong way? I'm gonna go this way. Anytime I played this game, I usually come this way to get up into this area. So we're gonna start from Medali and make our way up. So if I'm not mistaken, this thing is like level 1 billion. It is level 75. I know I'm probably gonna jinx this, but I cannot believe I haven't found a random shiny yet. You know how many Pokemon I've seen? I think it's like a lot of missing shinies now since so many Pokemon are on screen. It's like impossible to check them all. Hold up. Hold on. Hold on. D-Lib-Erd? What? Am I stupid? For just for just realizing that? What? Like, if you just read that, you can say it as delivered. Like delivered? That's... I mean, I always knew deli came from delivery, but I've never said it like delivered. That's crazy. Ashley, what are you doing? You're planking. Insane back right leg strength from Ashley. Your dole dippers, sir. Alright, it's looking like it's the end of day 3. Let's check the Pokedex. 272 caught. Still 0 badges, 19 hours, 0 shinies still, which is kind of insane. But for now, we're gonna call it there. Successful day again. Yo! That's a shiny Sneasel! My first shiny of this. Let's go. A full odds Sneasel. That's a sick one to get too. I cannot believe it took this long to get a shiny on this. Jeez. This is how my mom says it. On purpose, of course. Look at that. No marks, relaxed nature. No fear. Oh my god. Go-Go just tried to kill me. We started day 4 in one of the most underutilized areas in the game, Socarrot Trail. The autumn aesthetic here is one of the best in the whole game, and it's only used in this tiny little area. Imagine how cool it would have been if all the areas around Castleroya Lake looked like this. At this point, wild Pokemon levels are about as high as they get, and it was definitely noticeable. It felt like I had to revive Coconut after almost every battle. I didn't have too much time to play this day, so I just decided to spend the rest of it grinding some levels here in Socarrot Trail. Oh, that's a Zoroark, yeah. That's a strong Sawsbuck. It's tiny! Is that how small it usually is? I have a literal core memory of coming home from school and watching the episode of Pokemon Advanced where Ash is fighting the Pelipper that has the 3 different Pokemon in its beak. It can use like Thunderbolt and Flamethrower and stuff. I don't know why, but that is a core memory for me. Like, actually core memory. 21 hours, 1 shiny finally. I really need to update this picture. 303 caught. Not a ton of progress today. Kinda hit a brick wall here on the Socarrot Trail with how hard things were to knock out. I didn't really plan it this way, but this was the last time I would play before time skip number 2. Between Safari Week and the new Destiny DLC, I was pretty busy and put this challenge on the back burner for a little bit, but after a little over a month, it was time to get back to work. I didn't realize it, but I basically only had one area I hadn't been to at this point, the Bamboo area, which doesn't really have a name other than North Province Area 2. So after a few more catches, my clean sweep of the map was done, ending with 307 Pokemon in the dex. Now it was time to clean up the remaining Paldea Pokemon. According to the guide, we need to be at 357 in the Paldea Dex before Badge 1, which means that I missed exactly 50 Pokemon. Not bad at all, especially considering a lot of those aren't found in the wild, and there's a few we only get when we go to Kitakami in the terrarium, like Orthworm and Scizor. Squidward. Mr. Squidward. That was terrible, I can do better, let me practice. Alright, the practice did not go well. I cannot do better. I am a failure. I need a Drowsy still? Boom. Can't believe I've been missing Drowsy this whole time. I have no, like, idea if Gallade actually spawns here. It might be down by Alfrenada. Just going based on vibes right now, and I feel like I've seen a Gallade here before. I'm throwing in the towel, since it's one I can just look up anyway. There it is. Oh, it still counted. There we go. He just wanted a few Ultra Balls, you know? Sometimes they want to live large. Alright, I think I gotta admit defeat for Slack Off tonight, because I want to go to bed at a decent hour for the Pokemon Presents tomorrow morning. Alright, what am I expecting to see in the Pokemon Presents? Some mobile stuff, some more info about ZA. I hope we don't get too much. Alright, Detective DJ Pikachu's going crazy here. We got the Presents in like a minute. This is kind of a banger though. Oh my god, am I tired. I know the chat is saying like nothing positive right now about how hard it is to get Pokemon cards, so they're very bold for doing this. Even though all these cards look insane. It's a cool team, so is that. Emma! Oh my god, it was her. That looks like a raid. What, is she gonna Mega Evolve her Dragonite? She is! Look at that! Oh, it has to be Fairy type. Mega Dragonite? Mankey. Where's the saw? There it is. Oh no, you can't throw it up that high. You can. You just gotta be right under him. And he jumps down. Oh my gosh, that's a Pokemon right there. Why is it so hard to find Slackoth when Vigoroth is all over the place? I mean, I guess it makes sense. He's just sitting in the tree. What are you doing up here? Just trying to find a way to break in. Is this it? Oh, no. There's Narcanine, perfect. All this for something that could have been a stone evolution. Trader Joe's orange chicken. What I had for lunch. I knew I was getting spawn camped by no less than 7 things. Is there any way I get out of here? Look around. Come on, come on. And we made it out. Let's go. That was a climb right there. Follow with a burger. Got over that one. Oh no. Close the top. No! Whew. Over that one we are. There it is. Quite a challenge to get up here. I'm definitely saving because this thing is going to use Memento. Okay. Reset number 1. Oh, that scared me so bad. Forgot to pick the right profile. It was. Let's go. That's a good catch. Good catch. Hard catch. There we go. British. Big Bird. Something I forgot to mention about my whole going in story order rule is that it does give me a little extra work in this stage of the challenge. There are a few Pokemon that I level grinded to evolve that I could have just caught in the wild in Kitakami or the Terrarium, but it does even out since I decided to break the story order rule and left Annihilape and King Gambit until I got to Kitakami, because I guess I didn't feel like training them up, and they are pretty cool to see in the wild. Colonel's evolving. Are the last Pokemon you want in this area. And Red Herring. Orange more than red, and bird more than fish. Rare candy usage. Oh, look at that, it stopped raining. Is it gonna cancel it? No, that's cool. What are the odds that it literally just stopped raining right as I pressed A? Let's get an hour check too, I haven't done that yet. Actually going to the profile? I need to take a profile picture. 2626. Alright, let's catch this Dragonite. I don't know how we're gonna go about this. It flies around here somewhere. Now there are also Dragonite that spawn over here, but I have no idea what it's like getting over there without any movement options. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Does it come over here? Let's watch it. Gonna despawn. I really hope it's not like stuck over there until I go over there. Come on. Nice! He's way up there. Look at that. Look at that distance. Alright, let's nuzzle. That looks so cool. I was really hoping Coconut was going to be in this tree. Or the bamboo. There we go. That wasn't that bad of a capture. That's such a cool spot to catch a Dragonite. Look at what? What are you doing up there? Get down. Way up. Now we got Garchomp. And there are all the Garchomp around here. I could see if I could get up there somehow. Oh. Oh. Hold on. Mash. 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 Ugh. Alright, over here. No way. Oh, this is going. There we go. Did I just see a Garchomp? A little steep, but we're getting there. Ooh, ooh, ooh. This is something. Are we here? I think we are. Let's go. It's just a little narrow. Okay. Save the game again. Okay, okay. We're here. Oh, no, 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 no. No! Going to jail. It's over. Going to the slammer. Magnezone this way. This is the only way I can go. There's absolutely no way I'm going that way. There it is. Alright, now this one I think is going to be harder than Dragonite. Because we have a crippling ground weakness. See what we can do. So cool that it's flying around. We outspeed! Let's go, Coconut! First ball! That's awesome. Two really cool captures back to back. So close to people? I don't see a person. Is this because I'm like too close to the city? What? What? Is there somebody buried in the sand? Is it you? Are you a person? Come on. I feel like you're getting closer. There it is. Ah. Let's go. The snipe. Serna Beach. Another one of my favorite Mario levels. I just watched the FedEx guy back up the entire road instead of turning around. Baller move. Now apparently some lady wants to trade her Pincurchin, our Pincurchin, for her Haunter, and it evolves. Hauntykins. We get a Gengar. Bruxish ended up being one of the last Pokemon that I could actually catch in the wild. So now it was time to get to grinding. The main spots I used were the Bamboo area in North Province and Socarrot Trail. I know a lot of people like using the area around Ortega's base to farm Chansey and Blissey, but I just wanted to mix it up. Eventually I ended up using normal encounter power in Socarrot Trail to get a ton of Slacking to spawn because they give pretty good XP too. There we go, final pseudo. from mainland Paldea, who just so happens to be my favorite pseudo. Should be it. There we go. Final evolution. Got a Volcarona before the first badge. Accounting for Orthworm, Annihilate, Scizor, and King Gambit, which we'll get in the other regions, 353 Pokemon in the Paldea Dex is what we would end at. If we weren't going to bend the rules a little bit. In addition to the 357 Pokemon listed for Badge 1, there are 2 more you can get if you're okay with using exploits. Using the backwards jump exploit, it's possible to pull all the stakes you need to unlock Chien Pao and Wo Chien without any extra movement abilities. I've used the backwards jump quite a few times in this challenge already, but they were almost all optional. This time, it lets us get 2 more Pokemon we couldn't get otherwise. And even though this isn't technically required for the Oak Challenge, I chose to get these 2 now because 1, this trick is very easy to do, and 2 is that I just really like learning and using movement tech in games. Originally, I was feeling pretty delusional, and I was going to try and find all these stakes without looking at a map. I wanted to try this because even in my first playthrough of Violet, where I was very anti looking things up, I still had to use a guide to find some of these stakes. So when I started looking for them in this playthrough, I wasn't using a guide. Even though I remembered where a lot of the stakes for Wo Chien were, I still decided to give in and just use a map in the interest of this not taking 10 hours. And man, am I glad I did, because some of these stakes are actually kinda hidden and very easy to miss. Easy. Easy. I'm pretty sure you only need the backwards jumps for 2 of Wo Chien's stakes. This one near where Cloth is, and this one on top of a hill outside of Los Platos. The Cloth one doesn't seem like you would need to backwards jump, but this plateau is surprisingly isolated. I started in Zapapico and made my way north up Glaciado Mountain, looking for a spot to get on the rim of the Great Crater, similar to how I got my Garchomp. Then I just slowly dropped down the cliff. Yeah, definitely worth looking these up. I would have not checked here in a million years. I'm just not meant to find these without looking them up. The stake outside of Los Platos is more straightforward, but it does require a lot more backwards jumps to reach. Gimme Ghoul, get away from here. The stakes aren't even the hard part though, since now we actually have to catch Wo Chien. This thing is level 60 and has a catch rate of 6, which I'm pretty sure is the lowest we've seen so far, which means we are in for quite a time. I grabbed a few of our friends that could resist Wo Chien's attacks and started the first attempt. After Coconut put in the finest of work weakening it, it was time to break into my supply of scavenged Ultra Balls. Oh my god! What? First try? 4 minutes and 23 seconds? Thank you, Cabbage. That's a crazy fast catch. It took 10 balls, 10 Ultra Balls. The Chien Pao stakes went a lot faster because I started with the map open. This might be more doable if you could fly. But without a guide, this sounds awful. As for the stakes that need backwards jumping, there's this one outside of Giacomo's base. Then for this stake northwest of the Pokemon League, I just dropped down from the previous one, so I technically did do backwards jumps for it too. But after some testing on another file, I was able to pretty easily cross this river by doing a battle teleport. I wouldn't consider the battle teleport a glitch or exploit in the same way as the backwards jumps, since this is just the Scarlet Violet magic at work. After another stake pulling sesh, it was time to pay up for Wo Chien's capture being so easy. What the heck? I was expecting to be there forever. Another insanely metal Pokedex entry. It's clad itself in snow and become a Pokemon. That's so cool. I don't know why this thing's not on Glaciato Mountain, but another Treasure of Ruin before the first badge. You know, I was expecting to take multiple attempts on each of these, so to have both of them done in a little over 10 minutes was insane. Not out of the woods yet though, still a few even harder legendary captures to go later. But with Chien Pao caught, and excluding the 4 Pokemon I mentioned earlier, that is everything there is to register to the dex in Paldea. I never pulled up my profile in this recording, so I don't know how long this took, but it is the biggest chunk of the biggest chunk of the challenge done. Now it was time to pack our bags and get ready for the school trip. Now it was time to start the Teal Mask, which is by far my favorite of the 4 DLCs we've gotten so far. Unlike Paldea, there are technically no badges here, just some scrapbook photos. So that means that we get to play through the whole DLC and finish the story before Badge 1. But after doing the first little bit of the story and unlocking Miraidon here, I decided to do another clean sweep and just run around catching stuff before I started the story. Surely I'll make it there without getting distracted. Oh. Don't mind me. Keep fishing. Or Carmine. I'm gonna incur the wrath of Coconut. One Twitch message I read forever changed how I think of C-Dot. Just said, what if you opened your bathroom door and there was a C-Dot? I saw that in a random Twitch chat I was in years ago. Still think of it from time to time. Yeah, all the kinds of fangs you could use, and you choose an electric one. Or an electric squirrel. It's not quite fall. It's summer. Another fantastic Mario Sunshine level. Now this would have been one that you would have had to have done a Titan battle for before the Teal Mask. Because Orthworm doesn't spawn in Paldea until you beat the Titan Orthworm. But if you pay for the DLC, you're cool enough to catch Orthworm before the first badge. What's that? How do you think this is spelled? I always name my Phantom Uncrustable after this old comic. This one's Crustable. There it is. It's pretty rare. That took 10 minutes? 15 minutes? Not the Sneasel. There we go. Another twofer. We're at 151. Any normies out there? I think we're good to start the story. Is that a shiny Sentret? I think that's a shiny Sentret. Is that the second shiny I found in this quest? Look at that! A shiny Sentret. Shiny number 2. Been playing Donkey Kong Bonanza all day. I will gladly take another shiny. Old no marks. The orienteering part of this DLC immediately made me like Ogerpon more than Kubfu. Kubfu and Urshifu are cool, but they're just kind of given to you by some old guy you just met with no backstory or lore or how he got them in the first place. But having to explore Kitakami and find the old signboards that tell you the folktale of Ogerpon is some of the best backstory we've ever gotten for a Pokemon. And we're not even to the good part yet. Oh. I would love to leave a file here at this point in the story. Just for shiny hunting. I'm gonna do that one of these days. Just because I love when it's like orange 30 like this. Even though I really appreciate Grandma taking the time to find me a Jinbei and style my hair for me, I'm not really rocking with the hair. So after a download trip back to Paldea to get that whole situation fixed, we did not head straight to the festival, as we had some monkey business to take care of. Ooh, there's one. That was quick. Wild Annihilate. Oh, cool. Alright, monkey business taken care of. Now it's time for the festival. This is one of my favorite parts of this entire game. Just going to the festival with the buds, hanging out, taking pictures, eating all the food. I can really get immersed in this. I just wish this area was used more, especially at night. Even in my first playthrough, I never really believed that Ogerpon was actually going to be the villain of the story, since it would have been strange for them to make the mascot of the DLC also the villain. And I mean, come on, just look at this creature. Does that look evil in the slightest? Come on, Carmine, get excited. I will take that. That is a massive, massive W. Such a big item to get. Probably should have done that a long time ago, but you know we're here.
I got pizza here. My ears burn.
Whatever that thing is actually has sound effects. What? That's a crazy thing for them to add, and she just clipped through Carmine. What the? I've never seen that before. That was weird. And I get that Jacques had to be somewhere in Kitakami to give you your dex completion rewards, but why didn't they let him wait inside the community center or something after he gives you the Sinnoh starter egg? They made him stand out here under this tree no matter the weather or time of day. I don't think I've ever seen it rain here before. Everybody's just getting soaked. Look at Grandpa. He's been out here for like an hour. He's so soaked. Very touching scene going on right now, but Grandpa, get inside. You're gonna catch a cold. There are umbrellas in the community center. Why are we not using them? It's not gonna be a happy ending when Grandpa gets pneumonia. After crushing Kieran's dreams, it was time for the easiest legendary capture we have, since, you know, it's guaranteed. Poor level 20 Ogerpon stood no chance against Ashley. But neither did anyone else in this DLC, since we're not in the post-game yet and the game is still using the low level scaling. Love ball. Because we love Ogerpon. And we are now done with the main Teal Mask story. So now it's time for the coolest thing that happened in this entire Oak Challenge. I realized that I missed evolving Weepin' Bell into Victory Bell, and doing that got me to 180 out of 192 in the Kitakami dex. Most of those remaining 12 Pokemon I just needed to level grind to evolve, but there was one that would take a lot more work. You can find Feebas in the cave underneath the crystal pools. The only problem is that to get it, you have to drop down this hole. In a casual playthrough, that's no big deal, but we can't swim, so anytime we jump down, we get teleported back up. So you can't actually catch Feebas in the wild. We need to look for it in raids. Feebas will spawn as both 2 and 3 star raids, so it was time to get checking those dens. I did mess around a little bit to see if I could manage to get down on dry land in this cave, but the odds of me discovering something like that were very slim. What? What am I doing back here? If you fall off, you get Luigi'd? And they just send you back to the Pokemon Center? Like, stop that? They were just stopping me because I was about to find the Feebas sequence break. Like, try to land on the wall? I don't know. I'm sure somebody smarter than me has tried this. Look at that. Mocking me. Dude, you could so almost touch that. Oh! 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 Something? Oh, what? No, I'm in a bad spawn. Okay, so you can't hit the wall. You have to... No, not again. Okay, buffer up. I see now why it spawns you at the Pokemon Center if this happens too many times. That was a late Miraidon mount. Whoa! Whoa! What? 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 Oh my god. What? The oob? What is happening? Oh, now I'm stuck. Where's it gonna spawn me? We're still out of bounds. Let's just see if we can keep going down. Stop. No, there's water. Stop. Now I'm falling forever. Oh my god. We are so far down here. Oh, bro, this has to be something. By complete accident, I managed to clip out of bounds here, which is not at all what I was trying to do. Unfortunately, it was basically impossible to get into an encounter from here, since there are still walls, we're just on the other side of them. Even out of bounds, touching the water would teleport you back up, so navigating the invisible collision of the outside of the cave was quite challenging. Go slow, go slow. Slow down, slow down. Look at the barboach in the ceiling. What are they doing up there? Why can't the Feebas be in the ceiling over here? The water is vicious over here. Oh my god, there's a Feebas! Bro! Come on. Come on. Swim into me. Ashley's in the water. Eventually I found this spot at water level, which looked promising at first. I wonder if you get your arm in bounds, if it would work. Oh! 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 I could target it for a split second. There, okay, Bronzor just drowned itself. Even after getting in a few battles with Bronzor and Bronzong that floated over to me, the game just refused to teleport me in bounds. Stop, stop. Grow up, stop. Water. That noise that high up is kind of close. This might do me some good though. Fresh restart. It's 1 a.m. I'm almost out of water. I haven't gotten an encounter yet. Dude, this has to work. If this doesn't work, I'm gonna be so depressed. Still just Ashley going down there. Oh, oh! There was an out of bounds Feebas. Get over there. Get over there. Stop. Stop. Please. No? Okay, let's just gently drop down. Oh my god. Oh my god! Feebas! Wild Feebas! With no badges, no raids. Oh, if I had a Master Ball right now. Oh my god. It just had to spawn out of bounds. This is the coolest Feebas I've ever caught. He's the coolest. Oh my god. Wild Feebas. All thanks to a lucky oob. No marks, brave. This is like a shiny. This is cooler than so many shinies I've found. This is honestly one of the craziest things that has ever happened to me in this game. I know it's technically pointless for the Oak Challenge since Feebas is still available before Badge 1, but it's still such a cool way to get around having to check the raid dens, which we'll do plenty of later. I still haven't gone back and tried to replicate this clip at all, so I'm not sure if it's easy or if the mini-ore had to align for it to happen. I definitely plan on doing some more exploring here eventually, but for now, with a new permanent team member in Coolest the Feebas, it was time to move on with the Oak Challenge. But not before doing just a little more out of bounds exploring. I found out it's actually pretty easy to get into encounters at the Infernal Pass, so you could technically shiny hunt here, but so few of the Pokemon actually get close enough to the wall for you to encounter them that there would be a lot of fails. A better way to shiny hunt out of bounds would be to hatch eggs, because I did manage to find a spot to picnic here as well. You know, the whole reason I was even in this cave to begin with was because I was trying to get a carbink and missed the jump. The ultimate rabbit hole. We have lost a spot in our party, because Coolest will now be in the party permanently. But, you know, it's a worthy sacrifice for the coolest fish around. At this point, I had already caught basically everything I needed, so it was just time to grind. Whoa, that looks so cool in here. The Slugma and Magcargo models got such a glow up. It's crazy. Look at that. Whoa, whoa, whoa. How you doing? Kind of busy here. Thank you for understanding. Have a good day. Enough? It was. Still one of the craziest evolution methods. For such a cool Pokemon. I love Basculegion. Hatching the egg already? I'm feeling Turtwig. I don't think I've hatched Turtwig out of this egg yet. Well, would you look at that? Another pseudo. And it's a cool one. We love Alola here. There we go. I don't know why I didn't have the Pokemon I was training do their own auto battles. That sped up the process so much, it was crazy. Now we get to hang out with Perrin, who is such a cool character. Almost every major character in Legends Arceus was an ancestor to an already existing character, so to see some of the few unrelated characters get a descendant in this game was such a cool idea. Can we cancel her? Ogerpon is not for you to oust, okay? We need to come up with a new tradition. Get rid of Ogre ousting. We don't do that here anymore. Why you're getting blocked. I don't really remember why, but I took a detour here to upgrade the drip, which was basically just me changing into an outfit I already had and copping some designer shoes. That's a shiny Houndour. I noticed that right away, dude. At first I thought it was a Bronzor, but it's a shiny Houndour. Look at that. That's so good. I don't think I've seen that shiny in this game. I just updated my swag, my drip, and he shows up. I don't think it's a coincidence. Timid, no marks. Timid's not bad though. That's like actually really good for that thing. I love the texture of like the mud on it. I love catching things you can only catch once in repeat balls. When I first played Breath of the Wild, I had no idea that the Blood Moon was a thing. I was playing with my dad and we got to the base of the Dueling Peaks, and the Blood Moon cutscene happened. We were terrified. Before Perrin leaves, she gives us our first optional Pokemon in Hisuian Growlithe. There are a few alternate forms needed for the dex later, but this little fella doesn't have a dex entry. I went ahead and evolved him anyway though. For the last part of our Kitakami journey, I'm bringing back the timer so you know it's about to be a doozy. We beat them earlier as part of the Elite Mask Retrieval Squad, but now we actually have to go catch the lousy 3. Like I mentioned earlier, this DLC is scaled to have low levels until you beat the base game, but these guys are immune to that and they're all at level 70. I started off with Monkey Dory. I definitely could have avoided this reset, but it was easier than just having to heal everyone back up. So Monkey Dory technically was the first legendary to take multiple attempts. There we go! 14 minutes for Monkey Dory. More like Punky Dory. Next up was Okidogi. What? What, dude? 3 minutes and 20 seconds? More like Oki. Yeah. I think it took me longer to find Fezandipiti than it did to catch all of the other legendaries combined. It had been a few days since I had played the story, and I managed to forget where it was in that short amount of time. Fezandipiti proved to not only be hard to find, but hard to catch as well. This thing knows Roost, which is supremely annoying when it takes 2 to 3 Super Fangs to whittle it back down to red. This is definitely where a stronger Pokemon with False Swipe would have been better, but Coconut has been with us through thick and thin, so we're sticking with her. There we go, 22, 23. Yippee! What's the time played? 41 hours, so I think that's like 10 hours to do all of Kitakami, which is not bad at all. It is pretty fitting that Fezandipiti put up such a fight, since it was the final Pokemon I needed for the Kitakami dex, bringing my total to 192 Pokemon registered. With my favorite DLC finished for now, it was time to move on to my second favorite DLC. Look at that! Stackable! Oh my god. They're stackable? I didn't know he had that move. That's crazy. After discovering some crazy stacking tech, we went back to Uva Academy to meet with Serrano. I would be shocked if his scarf wasn't a hint at Mega Aegislash. Then we head to Blueberry Academy and meet Lacey, who is another really cool character. I guess I just really like references to old characters. Something I had never thought about though was that since Clay has such a strong southern accent, that Lacey would also have one. So when she got added to Pokemon Masters, it completely shattered my idea of how she sounded in my head up to that point.
Could you seriously not right now? It's just not right, and certainly not kind. Now then, cuteness is real strength.
You know, I had just gone through the trouble of changing my drip when they made me change into this Blueberry Academy uniform. I did choose to play along a little bit, but the hat and shoes were non-negotiable. Then we were set loose into the terrarium. We don't really get to play through the story of this DLC yet though, since everything past this first class with Lacey is locked behind finishing the main story. Thanks to the 2 previous Pokedexes we worked on, I was already at 62 out of 154 Pokemon in the Blueberry Dex. And we finally get to use those vending machines and buy all the Ultra and Quick Balls we want. I had an Aldi brand Capri Sun and a Dream. I think things are really starting to look up for us. Finally, dude. Is this gonna be every capture here because of the levels? Because that was brutal. I have a very vivid memory of playing Heart Gold for the first time in the White Castle drive-thru when I was like 10 years old. And now, anytime I need a Heart Gold, Soul Silver, or a Johto Pokemon nickname, it's something related to White Castle. I gotta name this thing just a planet that rhymes with Dupiter, because that's what they call it in the anime. Neptune. I think the Savannah biome featured the fewest new Pokemon for us to capture, so it only took about an hour to clear it out. The coastal biome went pretty smoothly as well, except for one Pokemon. Oh my gosh. The Quick Ball finally got its W. No! Okay. We encounter a shiny we have to save. No. I just realized I'm gonna have to do handheld mode for this. Now, I always name my Oddish Arugula. I've done that a few times. And I've now learned that Arugula is called Rocket in Australia. We got Rocket here.
What kind of pizza you gonna get?
Have a look at the menu. They do one with like lamb and rocket and I think
Just rocket.
I don't know what you guys call. Oh wait,
Bazooka on that bitch.
it's like a. I'm trying to remember what you guys call it. Oh, arugula. That's what you guys call it. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Stop! What are you doing? My best friend. No, dude, what? Why is that their go-to? The bread and butter. Don't do it. Yeah. Oh my god! Stop! Why? Why are you like this? Please. I don't need any more mementos or knickknacks. Another ball. This is like a safari encounter. 1, 2, 3. Yes! All these mocks kept giving me mementos. I think so. Knick-knack. Alright. We're gonna go get the synchro machine. Pick up these twigs. Oh my god, I feel so bad. Okay. Deerling said, no, I'm good. I was gonna have to... Oh, that poor Deerling. I'm so glad it decided to despawn. 1. I don't know how many we need, but I assume a lot. We don't actually get any faster in the water. I think that's all the twigs. I hope that's not all the twigs, because I need way more than that. I don't even know how many I had. I feel like she should have a name. I love the fact that if you stand right where you talk to her, it just puts the slowpoke on the edge right here. I noticed this in my first playthrough. And then you get a slow bro. Now we will come back to the beach tomorrow to get more twigs. Tomorrow is actually in an hour and a half, so... Now, I did a casual playthrough of this recently where I hunted a Gothita in here. And I gotta say, this place is very confusing. Why am I on a... Ashley being a bit of a diva. Nice, quick ball W. Next up was the canyon biome, which has a couple traversal related challenges for us. Oh, come on. Another one, dude. What is with these Pokemon? There we go. I had a ski today. We get a rare evolution. Not too many evolutions so far here. I think this might actually be the first one other than Turtwig. Go team. Here. Because Chinchou is usually an Illuminator. Finn. Because with that Scizor right there, we are now done with the Paldea Dex. 359. Guide says 357, but that's plus Wo-Chien and Chien-Pao. So finally caught every single Pokemon you can catch in Paldea before the first badge. We're getting somewhere. I'm trying to not look at the guide for this. I know the guide doesn't use backwards jumping, but I'm all about it. We made it! What are you doing down here? Get the texture on those axes. That's crazy. Where do we need to get? We need to get here. Which is going to be tough. I might have to look at the guide. This, we're at the highest peak in the canyon by. Oh, forgot about that one. I really don't remember a whole lot of what I did last night because I was really tired. But we're gonna try and make our way down here. I don't. There's no way. Oh! It was closer than I thought. Oh, we made it down here. Okay. That rock is way too far away to jump to. I think I wanted to stay up there. Oh, wait, what about these? Skarmory. People use them as swords? That's Fee. Maybe I can't. Whoa, it's slippery. Why is it so slippery? No. I'm gonna get Nurse Joy'd. No. I'm saving right here though, because I'm not running back. Easy. And we get our main target. Off the rip. Whopped. Is the past tense of swept. Even though, you know what I'm saying. Last on the agenda was the polar biome, which was mostly just normal captures, but there was one legendary level capture left, Beldum. Thankfully they changed Beldum's only move from takedown to tackle in Gen 8, so we don't have to worry about recoil, but this thing does still have a catch rate of 3. Yes. 7 minutes and 30 seconds. 40 seconds, actually. 7 minutes and 40 seconds to catch a Beldum. Smoothie. Because that's what I was eating / drinking the entire time. I really wonder why they didn't add Stantler's new move in this game. When all the, like a lot of the other Hisuian Pokemon can evolve. I mean, Overquill is sick. This thing is gigantic. Oh, there's a close one. Easy. Pop. Gotta be you. After catching Lapras, we had caught everything we needed to, and it was time to grind once more. I already got Slowbro in my first coastal biome sweep, so I just needed 15 more to get the Wreath for Slowking. Unfortunately, I only ended up with 7 on my second pass through the beach and decided to come back later. I completely forgot that Minccino is a stone evolution. A Destiny knot. That's crazy that I forgot that. Well, you got a free level up. Another pseudo. I think that's the final one. I guess I better set my phone up and I'll take a video doing Inkay into Malamar. Let's do Inkay. It's upside down, what? Disconnected the controller. I feel like that. I remember that being an issue before. That was it. Now, I don't know which one was actually the issue. But we got our Malamar. Dex entry. Upside down. After just a few more evolutions, it was later, and time to get those last few twigs. It hadn't hit midnight yet, so my twigs didn't respawn, but not wanting to wait another day, I decided just to do some date skips. I wasn't exactly sure how this works with items, so it took me a few tries. Slowking. Demonstrating some impressive left leg strength. Now it was time for the first little taste of BP grinding. The metal alloy, which we need to evolve Duraludon into Archaludon, is sold in the school store for 300 BP. There is one on the ground in Chargestone Cavern, but you need movement abilities to get it, so BBQs it is. To unlock BBQs, you just need to finish the first class with Lacey, and we passed this one with flying colors. This honestly went a lot faster than I thought it would. I know it's only 300, but I think I underestimated how much the Switch 2 would speed up BBQs. With this Archaludon, I had finally finished the pre-Badge 1 section of the Professor Oak Challenge. We got 359, so 2 extra, 192, and 154. We're done. But there was still one more optional Pokemon left, and I'm breaking out the timer again so you know that we're in final boss territory. For some reason, I didn't think we'd be able to get Meloetta this early. I'd always just thought that it was a post-game thing, but that's not the case. So we headed back to the coastal biome and did one of the coolest and most playground rumor setups ever to catch a Pokemon. Ooh. Now it was time to see if Pheasantipity would hold on to its longest capture medal, or if Meloetta would claim it at the buzzer. Because this is the last badgeless capture we have to do, so after this, they're only gonna get easier. Only 2 attempts. I think we're done. It feels very weird to say that, and it's like almost don't want to move on, because I'm like scared I've missed something. To finish badge 1, it took 47 hours and 52 minutes. Just under 48 hours. 359 caught, 192 caught, 154 caught. That's exactly what the guide says, minus the 2 extra that I have. Just when you think there couldn't possibly be any more, we have pretty much the entire game to play through. These days when I play a Pokemon game, I have a really hard time not doing at least one shiny hunt during the playthrough. So at this point, I was planning to do a badge quest during this Oak Challenge. But after doing one sandwich, I decided that I was having more fun not shiny hunting. Even though this is far from a normal playthrough, I was just enjoying doing the Oak Challenge and decided to scrap the badge quest. As we'll see later though, I'm unable to fully escape the allure of shiny hunting. For now, we need to get our first badge. Because I already have Wo-Chien and Chien-Pao, the order I get badges is going to differ from the guide. We need to go beat Iron Treads and get the gliding ability. Just being able to glide doesn't unlock any new Pokemon right now, but in combination with the next ability, it'll get us one. Alright, Ashley. Oh, what you're made of. Easy peasy. Okay, it wasn't shiny. That can be shiny there. And it'll show up shiny here in the dex, which is insanely cool. No shiny Arvin's Scovillain. That was a tough one. Good job, Ashley. We do still get to catch one Pokemon in the pre-Badge 2 section though, since Iron Treads will respawn and be catchable after we beat it. Only one new Pokemon for Badge 2 does feel a little weird after the ordeal that was pre-Badge 1, but the next 3 badges all only have one new Pokemon behind them, which goes to show just how much of the game you can do without any badges. After seeing it from what felt like every corner of the map, it was finally time to take on Bombardier and unlock the ability to swim. There it is. Why is it loaded in? Why? Little light bulb. Power. Badge number 2. That fast. Now that we can glide and swim, we can pull all the stakes to unlock Ting Lu. Is it not even up here? I think it's another case of it being below me again. Because I think it's like right here. Oh, is that a deerling? Oh my god, stop! This backwards jumping is so much harder when you can glide. Let me get a jump. Easy, easy. Just a little bit of jank. Yoink. Yoink again. I was preparing to make like a big jump and then I remembered I can just swim. If you were following the guide, these stakes would all be pretty straightforward because you would have high jump and swimming. But because we did Wo-Chien and Chien-Pao early, we skipped high jump since beating Orthworm wouldn't have unlocked any new Pokemon for us. So instead of high jump, we have gliding, which doesn't really pose any problems until we get to this last stake. Alright, now we gotta get up there. And I'm not quite sure how to do that. Get out here, though. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay, we're up here now. That do anything for me. Too steep. I'm just mashing B. No! That was close. That was something. That was jank. Dude, not right now. I feel like this could work, but it's just gonna be like bashing my head against the wall, trying to get that jump to work, and like give me random height or something. But I feel like the best way to do this is a battle warp. Ooh, Swablu. Here, boy. You heard me. A little closer. Just a little closer. Oh. Oh, he was so close. I can see him. Come on. No! Just getting real tired of you. I believe. Oh, no. You got a family of 5 in the way. Does that look like a pigeon to anybody else? Anybody else see the vision? The pigeon vision? Oh, oh, stay, stay, no! Ugh, I heard it. Heard him coming. Oh, don't even think about what? What is going on? Why is everybody... Why is everybody gathering in my spot, trying to get up there? I can't have anything? Can't have one spot? You guys got this whole lake? I can't have the one spot? Anybody up there? Oh, oh, oh. Come here. I see you. I see your ears. Please get them big ass ears in the way of the caption. Come on. You got ears like that? And you're pretending not to hear me. Hold on. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. We're climbing. We're climbing. Mashing B. Mashing B. It's Jover. My arm is starting to get tired from mashing the B button doing that. I don't got too many of those left. Come on. You're about to despawn. Quit playing around. This isn't the time for games. Please. Please. Oh? Oh no! Look at that! It worked, but I'm gonna fall immediately. Alright, buffer up, buffer up. Come on, come on, come on. No! Come on, come on, come on. A little closer. Please. I'm being pranked. Again. Come on. This has to be it. This has to be it. Oh, it's gonna happen again. Oh, yes! Let's go. Alright. You can come with me for that one. Oh, no. Oh, boy. Alright, alright, alright. Probably shouldn't have done that. Okay, okay, okay. That was risky, but we're saving up here. Oh my gosh, that was an ordeal. Last one. We can't paralyze it. Unless, hold up. We gotta bring Bonko Hills back. Haha, now you're damp. Ooh. Sub 7 for the capture. I'm gonna say the soaking was worth it. Pre-badge 3 completed, and now we need to go get our last Titan badge for now. Luckily, we were right next to it, so we went and took on Tatsugiri and Dondozo. That thing would have just eaten me, too. This thing is terrifyingly big. Oh, one last time, huh? Wait, what is Coconut standing on? I haven't been paying attention. Just levitating? Becoming all-powerful? Up close! I'll recognize it, Arvin, because that's my 3rd badge. With that, though, we're done with backwards jumps. Let's just take a moment to pay respects to the backwards jump that got us to where we are today. But we've evolved. Being able to climb is the last ability we needed to both get to Chi-Yu and pull all the stakes to unlock it. Now that we can climb, that pretty much means we can go anywhere, so there won't be any more traversal challenges for us to face, which was kind of a bummer since I ended up really enjoying figuring out how to explore this map with no movement abilities. You need to think a little more, and it makes you interact with places you wouldn't normally in a casual playthrough or while shiny hunting, so I definitely plan to do some more of it in the future. I think I'm shinoing right now. It's always hard to tell with Bronzong. Nope, that's shiny! Oh, what? Shiny Bronzong? I kind of had a feeling that one looks a little different, but I'm so used to shinoing and the lighting and stuff that I never let myself get excited. But I'm so glad that I decided to encounter that one. He's a steak, bro. Because we found him looking for steaks. Whoa, we got an audience. That looks so different right here than it just did in the overworld. Look at those textures. That's so good. No marks, bold, nature. Just randomly found a shiny. I could have dropped past that one. But I think this is the last one. Okay, frame 1, dude. I meant to save and I got ambushed. Oh, this is gonna be bad. Why are there so many things? Why are there so many things? Oh, I'm in a safe spot. No! Let me out, let me out, let me out, let me out. Let me save? Okay. Fish versus fish. It was intimidated by the Feebass, the coolest fish ever. As soon as it saw that Feebass come out, it knew it was toast. And it's fire type. Chi-Yu is technically the final required Pokemon we needed to catch before the post game, but there is one optional Pokemon we can get if we stop ignoring the whole school part of being enrolled in a school. If you take all of Salvatore's classes and finish his out-of-class story, he'll give you a Galarian Meowth, which doesn't have a dex entry, but we're gonna get it anyway. Before you can take all of Salvatore's classes, you need to earn 7 gym badges, so I was just gonna go speed through the gyms, but I just couldn't resist the call. While my team was more than capable of getting us through the rest of the game, I wanted to make one more friend to bring along on this trip. I'd been wanting to use a Mienshao in a playthrough for a long time, but just never got around to it. So I decided that this would be the perfect opportunity, since I could level up and evolve a Mienfoo really easily. I have a good feeling that this will be a nice and quick hunt though. Yes! Shiny Mienfoo! Oh my god. Look at that. Finally. Alright, so this quick detour. I mean, you know, only 1,716 encounters, right? Wrong. I was lazy. And didn't want to resize the timer. So that's actually 17,169 encounters. Get back over there. And there was an entire sandwich where I didn't have the tracker open, so it's probably closer to like 20k. That was supposed to be a quick detour. Ooh, look at the blue eyes. Let's throw it, come on. There we go, we caught it. Shiny Mienfoo and a Safari Ball. Shout out to Ellie the elephant from Dave & Buster's. Hasty nature. No marks. Let's go get the size check. I'll take anything here since I didn't have any humongo or teensy powers. Little bit bigger than average, not bad. With Ellie finally in the party, we were now ready to blitz through these 7 gym badges. Something I really like about the Paldea gym leaders is how important they all feel to their cities. Instead of the gym battles just happening in the back of a gym with no one else around, we're out in the town with fans of the gym leaders watching. This concept was used in Galar first, but I think it's executed way better here. In Galar, there were people watching because it was a gym battle, treating it kind of like a soccer match. In Paldea, though, almost all the gym leaders are public figures who a lot of people are fans of outside of them being a gym leader. Katie runs the most popular bakery in Cortando. Brassius is a well-known artist. Iono is popular everywhere because she's a streamer, but she makes Lavencia and the people that live there a big part of her streams. Kofu is the owner of the most popular restaurant in Cascarafa and is like everyone's fun grandpa. Larry. Tulip has her famous makeup brand. Rhyme has some crazy mosh pits at her concerts, and Grusha still has a following from his snowboarding days. Later in the game, Yita says that the gym leaders are supposed to be beacons of strength and inspiration for those aiming for the champion rank, but I think they do that for everyone in their cities. She also says they're all handpicked by her, and I think she took all those other things I listed into account as well as their strength. He loves looking at the water. After getting our 7th badge, we were finally ready to learn a book. So we went back to Uva Academy and took Salvatore's classes, and a few extras for fun. Taffy. Oh, buddy, am I. 30? I don't know if you know who you're talking to. I feel like in the Pokemon world, magic and legends and beings beyond human comprehension, all perfectly normal. Quite the foreshadowing. Well, not really, depending on what you think the device at the bottom of the crater is. That's... oh my god, she's scheming. Nasty plot. We have not seen the last of her, I guarantee it. I hope we see Miss Ryford again. And we get Berserker. It's such a good Pokemon. It'd be cool if it had a Dex entry, but... now that we were slightly educated, it was time to abandon school once again and go run through the rest of the 8 badges we needed to get. I don't think they expected you to be able to climb the time you had cloth. I'm hidden. I'm stuck. What? Badge. First team star badge. Final badge. Team star. Yeah, I'm not scared of you, buddy. I don't even know you're there. You don't even register as a threat. Guarantee I'm the first person to sweep Iono with a Feebas. Anybody else done this before me? Big high five. The final gym badge. We got all the badges. By the Bisies. I guarantee Namona's never had to say that before. Is it Cassiopeia? What? I like how the music doesn't even get dramatic. It doesn't even entertain the thought of that being a plot twist. Wait. I haven't nicknamed Meloetta yet. Hold on, Penny. We got very important matters at hand here. I cannot believe I forgot to nickname Meloetta. I actually really like the fact that most of the paradoxes nice and don't simple. Spawn until after you beat the professor. Alright. It makes the battle way cooler. This is like when you have no idea what they're about to send out. Hear me out. Why would she give us Draco Meteor? None of her Pokemon are Dragon types. She's an Eevee trainer. Dragon type Eevee in ZA. Calling it now. The the outspeed. I knew you could do it. Now you just gotta live. Or dodge. Strength. He does! We outspeed a Doug Trio! The highest level Pokemon you faced so far. We outspeed a Noivern and get the go! That's why he's the coolest. After beating Nemona, we finally had the last member of the crew we needed to explore Area 0 and finally catch some more Pokemon. Although there are only 2 right now, Iron Jugulus and Iron Bundle. Such a good line. He's wheezing. Full of surprises. Who is that? Is that our first capture since Chi Yu? Critical? A real critical? It is. Well, that's a 3-hit KO. We just gotta live the special. Okay, okay. There's a chance. Go for Dark Pulse again. Or get frozen! Get frozen, idiot! I'm sorry, Iron Jugulus. You're not an idiot. Coolest, picking up a high-profile KO again. Even though this battle is scripted, it's one of the coolest things. This Pokemon, the legendary Pokemon you got at the start of the game, has been with you on all your travels. You spend all your time riding on him, and now he's gonna rescue you when you need it the most. And of course, he has max friendship because we run around with him so much. Oops. Carmine. Yeah, quite a while ago, actually. One of the craziest lines in a Pokemon game. Imagine taking this screenshot right here and showing this to somebody who's like just starting the game. Like they would think it's fake. The previous few sections have all been pretty short with just 1 or 2 Pokemon, and we're definitely going to make up for that here. Technically, you can just consider the post-game all one section since there are no badges, but we're just going to treat Drayton's battle like the next badge. The first thing we need to do before Drayton is hop back into Area 0 and get the remaining paradoxes. Got him. It was. Is that a critical? It is. And a capture. 3 critical. Alright, now I'm pretty sure this is one of, if not the only Pokemon to have confirmed killed a human being. So that makes him quite the meanie head. Now we need to get all the trade evolutions. Because we still can't connect to any other games, we need to look for them in raids. All of the trade evolutions are available in 5-star raids, with some of them also being available in 6-star raids. But to even unlock 5-star raids, we need to beat the Academy ACE tournament, then Jacques will call us and tell us that 5-star raids are now appearing, which means that it's time to go beat all the gym leaders again. Here's the call I've been waiting for. Highly difficult Terra raids. Checking these raids is just as grindy as you think it would be. Obviously you can't tell what's in a raid den until you go check it, so there's going to be a whole lot of running around. I'm not really sure what the optimal way of doing this is. I just wanted to see how long it would take to check every raid in all 3 regions. So I just ran around to all of them at the start, but doing date skips and only checking a smaller area is also a good strat. after you check every raid, you need to do date skips anyway, unless you want to just wait for the next day organically. And I also decided to keep track of how many raids I checked, just for fun. I had made this file before I, Oh, there's Dusknoir! That's what I need! Let's go! Comes and goes between this world and the afterlife. Venusaur. We got a while to go for Venusaur. Whoa, there's another one! Conkeldurr. Sitting in the truck at the job site. Ooh, there's Porygon Z. That's just BM. Why does it get to attack? Look at that health bar. Oh, look at that! Polytoad. Yo, shiny Slugma. That's a gray slug. That's concrete, baby. Serious, no marks. Yo, Kingdra! Let's go. Yo, Porygon 2? This is like the same set of raids as Kingdra. Only 3 raids later, I can just feel it. I'm gonna accidentally Master Ball something one of these times. Another Porygon Z, a dupe again. Yo, Rhyperior! That was gonna be my last check for this session. Another one down. Yo, Magmortar! Only 2 remain in each area now. Yo, there's Golem. Let's go. Get rocked. I don't know. Doc, you want me to complete the Pokedex? This is the only way I can get a Alolan Golem. I don't have friends. Yes! Yes, yes, yes. This isn't real, but I have a theory that it spawns Pokemon that are strong against your lead party member. So I put Hill Hoppin' in front, and on the first reset, got Milotic. Got the Longfish. Alright, last time I switched to my Joy-Cons, I found Milotic like immediately. Yo! Slowking! Let's go! Dude, the Joy-Cons. They're magical. I don't think Ashley's HP is still supposed to be there, but oh well. Ooh, there's a Alolan Golem. Now this is the one that is exclusive to 6 stars, so this is the only way to get a Alolan Golem. Another one down. Let's hope Jacques doesn't call us here. We're in Blueberry Academy, there's nothing he can say. Out of his jurisdiction. Oh my god, how did he find out? Oh, there it is, Electivire. Oh, let me cross it off here. Electivire is part of one of my top 2, top 3, top 1 favorite battles in all the anime. All few, but Paul is short for. He's scared. No, there they go. Oh my god. Oh, look away. Look away. I can't help but look. They just they keep building up speed. Look at that one. He's stuck. Oh, there he went. Oh my god. They just keep coming. See you later, buddy. Oh no. No, not more of them. Oh my god. Why don't they just stay home? No, oh my god. This is so sad. Where is Groudon? Ref, do something. There goes another one. So fast. I hope he's okay. How's Wingle fine? Is that it? Oh my god, that's it! Palafin! Let's go, it happened in under 1200. Premier Ball as per the usual. Gotcha. Last raid exclusive Pokemon. 81 hours and 51 minutes. We're at 371 in the Paldea Dex. I ended up with almost 2 million LP. I don't remember what I started with, but it was a lot. Before doing this whole challenge, this is the part I was scared of the most. Now that we've beaten the main story, we can go back to Blueberry Academy and progress through the story until we unlock the League Club room. Here you can donate BP to upgrade the biomes and have starters spawn in the wild. And you need 12,000 BP total to get all the starters. I was scared of this because almost all the BBQ grinding I've done has been in groups, and it's been really quick. The little that I have done solo was extremely slow by comparison. But after doing all the stuff I've already done on this Oak Challenge, I was pretty well prepared for it, so I just went ahead and got started. I think the main thing that made this not as bad as I was expecting was the Switch 2 performance update. Just being able to run around faster and smoother helps, but there's a lot of fast traveling and camera opening, so the load times being faster helps out a lot. It only ended up taking about 4 hours in total to get 12,000 BP, which is pretty much nothing in the grand scheme of things. Alright, I'm gonna do everyone a favor here. I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to picture 4 hours of BP grinding. Yep, it's going about exactly as you would expect. We're catching Pokemon, we're auto-battling, crafting TMs, picking up items, and we're done. Oh! Then we just needed to catch and evolve all the starters. I very briefly considered doing a living dex during this challenge as well, but decided not to since I just wanted to stick to the Oak Challenge. And I've already done living dexes for both the DLCs. I might come back and make a base game living dex at some point if I ever want easy access to the shiny charm. So that is every single Gen 1 through 8 starter. We got 89 hours and 7 minutes. The last thing we did before taking on Drayton was go talk to Perrin and get our final 2 paradoxes. Doesn't listen to the camera though. Oh. The amount of spawn camping that takes place in this game honestly makes me think I'm playing like Modern Warfare 2 or 3. Using a timer ball? Let's just go for it anyway. What was that? Was I trying to eat the Pokeball? Am I that hungry? First ball? Get the Iron Crown, aka the Steel Lid. 2 insanely easy captures. Those timer balls were barely doing anything. All these Paradox Pokemon Pokedex entries are pretty nondescript, but I think this one takes the cake considering it could literally apply to any of them. This is Bob the Boulder. Because he's plain. We're on quite the grand adventure right now. And you're a part of it. Now we just have to beat Drayton, get our Dragon Cheer TM, and evolve our Diplin into Hydrapple. Alright, honestly, we probably only need Sepia to sweep through everybody, but I've assembled a team of our finest Blueberry Academy warriors. I hope the raid Pokemon count. No! The raid guys don't count. I like that he says it's Dusty. It means he like hardly ever gets beaten. But also the fact that Kieran has a Hydrapple as his ace means that he used this TM. Surely she has to be cold. She hates ice. Look at that Hydrapple. For some reason, I really got the itch to shiny hunt before battling Kieran, so I just decided to do one sandwich and then I was gonna move on. I don't know why I'm doing this. I literally have like 2 fights left in the whole game. Ooh, and it's encounter power level 2 for the Scizor outbreak. Oh my god! There's a shiny full odds Scizor over there. That took a minute and 30 seconds. And we have our 6th team member. Let's just go Dusk Ball. And we caught it. Sassy? Yeah, no marks. Go check the size, cuz do have Humongo Power level 2. I do. What? Oh my god! Ah! Jumbo Mark? Oh my god, that's only the 2nd time I've ever found that. What? Ah! Oh my god. This is the biggest a Scizor can be. She's so big. What? That is the first time I've ever recorded my reaction to a Jumbo Mark Pokemon 2. The first one I found, the video got ruined, so I don't have it in recording. Now this is a big Pokemon. Wow. You almost never see one this huge. This might just be the world's biggest limeade. After finding what is probably one of the craziest shinies I've ever found, it was time to beat Kieran and then make our way back to Area 0 to get our sparkly turtle. Oh, this is gonna... something's gonna die. And it looks like it's coolest. Oh, we live! Let's go! MVP! MVP! Well, it wouldn't be very hidden if you could just find it that easy now, would it? Backs against the wall. Only one Mon that we can call upon in our time of need. Come on, buddy. No, didn't quite get the job done. Hydrapple, Hydrapple, Hydrapple. No, not me. Oh, we live those. You got this. Come on. Please. That has to be it. It's empty, right? It's empty. What? No, it wasn't. Kieran with the assist, though. Foolish stood up to Terafagos, took a hit. That's my goat right there. That's my fish. How many people have caught Terafagos in a quick ball? Terafagos is technically the final Pokemon you need for the Oak Challenge in Violet. But after you invite and trade with 3 different coaches in the League Club room, you can invite Salvatore, and if you trade with him, he gives you an Alolan Meowth, which is another optional Pokemon, but as you can probably guess, I went ahead and got it anyway. And then the only other things left in the standard rule set of the Professor Oak Challenge are the Snacksworth Legendaries, so I went ahead and got those too. we're finally done. Like, that is it. That's the end of the Professor Oak challenge as far as the standard rule set goes. 371, 197, 234. It took 97 hours and 17 minutes. Sub 100 Professor Oak challenge, all optional Pokemon too. Alright, originally I was going to make this just like a full normal chapter, but instead I think I'm just going to talk over some of the gameplay, since it's technically not part of the Oak Challenge, and this video is long enough already. After I had finally completed the Oak Challenge, I decided it was time to finish the mission I had started back in February and get the shiny charm. The first thing I did was go beat Mochi Mayhem and catch Pecharunt, who is kinda in a gray area in the Oak Challenge, since it's technically from an online event, just one that doesn't have an end date. After that, I needed to catch the Scarlet exclusives, and I wanted to catch them in this file. So I got in a Union Circle with my other Switch on Scarlet, but instead of just doing this normally, I decided to spice it up a little bit, and I used my Wave Bird to try and control both games at the same time. And it was just as messy as you think it would be, especially since one game was on a Switch 2 with the performance update and the other was on a Switch 1 without it. I know this gameplay probably looks like two people who have never played a video game before trying to complete the Pokédex, but it was a lot of fun. Alright, while we got that going, let's just talk about this video. Oh man, this video. I wanted to make this for two main reasons. The first being that I just had a ton of fun on this playthrough and wanted to document the journey. And the second is that I wanted some practice with a video of this size because I want to make a movie of my first ZA playthrough as well. I do think that I learned a lot after making this video, so hopefully I can put some of that knowledge to good use when I eventually make my ZA movie. If you watched any amount of this video, first of all, I really appreciate it, and second, I would love to hear what you thought of it. Like I said, I've never made a video like this before, so I don't really know what I'm doing. If I had to guess, I'd say most people would think it's pretty slow paced, which I would definitely agree with. I ended up struggling deciding what to include and what not to, more than I thought I would. And I don't want to say that I kind of rushed through it, but I definitely didn't get to give it the pizzazz I wanted to. And that's because I really wanted to get this out before ZA, which I may or may not have done depending on where you live. This is probably coming out the day before ZA releases in America, which I know is not the best time to upload a video on a game that isn't ZA, but I just want to get this out there. If you watch it, you watch it. But I think that's all I got. Again, if you watched any part of this video, I really do appreciate it. And here's to ZA. Bro, what am I doing? I just... Why am I going through all this trouble? I have all the rare candies and XP things I could possibly need. What am I doing? It's the end of the challenge. What am I saving this for? Tyranitar. Boom. There you go. We got a reward. That is the final reward. Completed the Pokédex. Every single Pokemon in Paldea. Exploring the region on your own 2 feet is a real treasure of an experience. I'd have to say so as well. Although it was mostly Miraidon's feat. All the way back in February of this year, when I made this file, it was for this moment. The shiny charm. What shop did he visit? Where is selling shiny charms? Penned by the company that certifies Pokédex completion. Gee, I wonder. Look at that. I've never seen this image in my life. All 3 Pokédexes complete. All 3 badges. 9 shinies battled. 21 recipes, 102 hours and 58 minutes to do a Professor Oak challenge and then complete the dex afterwards.